Howdy ho, everyone. Sorry I didn't get around to making that video that I promised yesterday. I felt so awful yesterday, and I'm not sure. My son started a job yesterday, and I've been driving him to work, and so I'm getting up way earlier than I'm used to getting up, and I'm not sure if it was just that or if it was something I ate, possibly something I drank. I did get a super large sweet tea, so that might have been part of what it was. Look, Izzy wants to say hi. She's like, "What are you doing, lady?" I might stop recording. Um, stop. Hey, Izzy. But anyway, I might stop recording a little ways in because my son may come home from work and Izzy might be needing to go potty. Look, she's resting her hand. Oops, she's resting her hand on my hand right there. This is a thing sometimes she does when she needs to go potty, but she could have let me know before I started making my video. Anyway, so what I did, instead of just going over the episode for Group B of The Masked Singer from last week, was I actually reviewed both, almost both seasons. I actually reviewed both of the episodes that have been on so far and rewatched the clues, backed it up, rewatched, and I don't feel like there are a whole lot of clues, and I'm sure that I have missed some of them. And apparently, we were led to believe that there are only 10 characters, Group A and Group B, that would be on this season, but apparently there are 4 wild card characters, I believe. So I'm not really sure what's up with that. I don't know. We'll just have to see. I don't know if that's actually going to be Group C or like where they're going with that really. But so two of the people that I thought might be in the top 5, which I was like, should I do a top 5 if there's only going to be 10 characters, which, like I said, now they're leading us to believe there's actually 14. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what's up with that, I guess. I thought that I'd start doing this on my laptop maybe so I wouldn't be moving my phone around so much. Anyhow, so I am very tired, but that's beside the point. So anyway, I wrote down the things, like they flashed on there very briefly for like maybe 30 seconds maximum, and I don't even think it was that long. The things that they have, like Grammy nominations and stuff such as that. So I went online and I looked up what those were and wrote them down so I can share those with you in case you haven't had a chance to see what they actually are. So it says that among the characters that are on this season, and now I don't know if this includes the 4 wild card characters. I would assume that it does, seeing as they're supposed to be a thing now or whatever. But it might not, so I don't know. We'll have to wait and find out, I guess. But anyway, what they have, according to what I found on the internet, was because I went and, I just had to rewatch the episodes and I didn't even see them show it at all this time. I was pretty sure that they showed it at the first before they showed the first character, but I was watching everything and I even took it back to the twice. I even took it back to the first 2 separate times after the initial time, so I watched the very first part 3 times and I never did see it on there. So I was like, I don't know. I don't know where they are. But anyway, so what they have between all of them is 26 Grammy nominations. They've released 9 multi-platinum singles, not albums, singles. They have 4 Oscar nominations, 3 Super Bowl appearances, 6 gold medals, and I'm pretty sure that person has already been revealed. But anyway, and they have set 2 world records, which reminds me, I did not tell who Phoenix was when I made my last video. So stay tuned, and at the end of this video, I will tell you who Phoenix was in case you haven't seen it and don't already know. So I have notes here in various places. The 3 that I think will be on the season finale from the ones we have seen so far are Seashell, Robopine, and Black Swan. And there was somebody else that when I was watching it, I was like, they're really good too, so they may end up in the finale also. I want to say, wait, I also want to say I didn't watch Piglet yet. Oh my gosh, I was wondering why there was so much left at the end of this episode. Oh well, I feel like I have quite a few notes on Piglet already. There might be something I missed, though. Who knows? But I did a lot of research into 60-year-old singers to try to find out who might be Robopine. And I was trying to figure out where I wrote the clues for. There they are. Or maybe not. I'm confusing myself. I am so sorry. Okay, so, yeah. I'll have to see if I can make sense of these notes that I made here now. Anyway, okay, so these are the notes that I took upon rewatching them. And as I said, I quit after Phoenix's performance because I know that Phoenix is the one that got revealed. So I was thinking that Phoenix performed last on episode 2, but it was actually Piglet that performed last. So I don't have the clues for Piglet written down. I will look through them and see if I will finish watching this after I make this video and see if there's anything that I feel like is important. If there is, I will write that in my notes. Okay, so of course, on my rewatch, I started with the Russian dolls. I just wrote everything down again. I don't know. I probably wrote down some of the stuff that I've already told you guys about, but I don't know. But the clues for Russian dolls were only for the female because the female was the one that was talking. That is my opinion of it. They're only for her, the clues that we've seen so far. And she said she's doing her own thing. She was once the hottest thing. And it said, "Coming to country near you." And she was wearing a cowboy hat. And of course, there was the sign that said, Golden State Highway, which Jenny said runs through New Jersey and Philly. She said she felt like a puppet and mentioned a box. They showed a train, and she said she could be a sellout without selling out, which I feel like I've heard somebody say on there before. I think I already said there was a cowboy hat. And somebody said something about there being breadsticks in her clues. I watched it several times and I didn't see breadsticks in there, but maybe there are, maybe there were, and I just didn't realize that's what they were. I don't know. And she performed "Two Man in the Mirror" by Michael Jackson. They performed Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. So, like, listening to the performing, I was thinking perhaps maybe Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel. I'm not certain that she can sing, and the male voice to me seemed to be the more dominant one. But I couldn't find any connection between Jessica Biel and either New Jersey or Philadelphia. So, and Justin Timberlake is from Tennessee. So, I don't know for sure. So let me see who I guessed for Russian dolls earlier. Well, originally I guessed Kevin Durant, who obviously it is not. Oh, yes, and then I guessed maybe Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani. And I was like, probably not, though, because I don't know. I just thought probably not. So anyway, the next one that I have clues for, the next one that performed on episode 1 was Snail, who I already told you has been revealed. Turned out to be Kermit the Frog. And the things that I noted on his clues this time were that they showed some new plants and some fresh dirt. Eagle from a previous season was holding the sign that showed that he had done all these things that were related to acting and stardom, like show business related things. And the people that he mentioned that he had been connected with were Robert De Niro, Lady Gaga, and Michelle Obama. The Michelle Obama one ought to have told me that it was him, because I know that he sang, I believe it was Rainbow Connection with Michelle Obama, I think, if I remember right. Anyway, so he did all of those things, that were related to acting and showbiz, like directing, producing, hosting. I don't even remember that there were so many on there. And to me, he sounded nothing like Kermit the Frog when he sang. His voice was like way, way low. But that's just me, but we all know who he is. But I went ahead and included the things that I did note in his clues. So next, but certainly not least, because I think she's one of the strongest ones, her and Black Swan, is Seashell. So Seashell said that she was pulled by the title around the world by her family, leading me to believe that somebody else in her family was really famous when she was younger. And they showed a chameleon, which makes me think that she is connected to chameleon in some way, though I'm not exactly sure how, and I haven't had a whole lot of time to look into that. I just really decided who I think chameleon is when I was watching today and going through the clues and looked up some stuff about him. So yeah, I think I know who chameleon is for sure. Anyway, and she said she wonders if she's found her true color. They showed a witch's broom. There was a hot dog with relish on it. There was a sand castle that had bricks on it. They showed a cowboy hat, and she said that she's worn many hats, meaning probably that she has done several different things. They showed a bell, like from a bell tower, and she said she hasn't sang in a really long time, but it's obvious that she is a singer. When she said she hadn't sang in a long time, and I was thinking the connection to chameleon, I was like, maybe she's Jada Pinkett Smith, and maybe chameleon is Jaden Smith, because I think that I had considered Jaden Smith for chameleon already. Now that I think about it, chameleon could possibly be Will Smith, but I don't know that his dad was a DJ. Maybe I should look into that. But anyway, but yeah, she said she used to sing on stage and she stopped to pursue other careers. And I recall a couple of years back that Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith were alternating their schedules, but they were both still touring. So I was like, I don't know that that's necessarily her. So the people that I listed were Anne Hathaway and Jamie Lynn Spears. Jamie Lynn Spears did sing on stage. She also acted. As far as I know, she hasn't done either of those for a while. She was planning to do a tour in 2020, like a lot of other singers who hadn't sang in a long time. And then COVID came along, so, But anyway, and Anne Hathaway used to do Broadway, and she hasn't done that in a while, so, and she was in Witches, as I pointed out last season, whenever I was pretty sure she was one of the characters. They should have me put $50 in a jar every time I guess Anne Hathaway. Just saying. But anyway, she's one of my go-to people. I'm sure you all know that if you watch my videos. Subscribe and hit the like button, please. Yep, do that right now. Anyway, I didn't say it till the end of the video. So the next one was Raccoon. And I did his clues kind of out of order because I was eating a little bit while I was watching him, and then I went back to the first and I wrote down the things that I remembered while they were getting ready to go back to do Raccoon's clues. But anyway, he said that he was Quasimodo, and his favorite book is The Hunchback of Notre Dame. And it implied that he was in prison, and when he was in prison, he spent a lot of time reading The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Or he went back to it. They showed a jackknife and a magnifying glass. He was using a magnifying glass when he was reading. Izzy's back. Hi, Izzy. And he said that, he was spent time locked away with, like Quasimodo. And like Quasimodo, he was a monster who was locked away. And I believe they showed a cactus. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I'm not 100% certain. Anyway, maybe my package has been delivered. I'm expecting 2 different packages today now that I think about it. That might be what her deal is. And they showed when he was talking about that he promised God that he would be good from now on or something like that. They showed like a crest looking thing that had a snake crawling across the bottom and had the raccoon at the top, and he had wings. So it's like he's going to try to be good from now on, And the song that he performed, which I don't think I said last time, was Wild Thing by the Trogs. And he said when she asked him about doing the Masked Singer, like, why did you do it? Or what do you think of doing it, or however it was she worded it. He said that it's the most fun he's had in his life, and I'm still going with John Witherspoon for him. It seems like I may have guessed John Witherspoon for one of the other characters, because I was thinking there's one of them that had a clue that was a hamburger, which I don't recall seeing on this one. Maybe that was on The Masked Dancer. Actually, I think it was. But anyway, yes, I'm guessing John Witherspoon for him. And Izzy is really acting like she needs to go outside, maybe. But she's not downright telling me that she needs to yet. And I'm not going to remember which ones of these are from Group A and Group B. Oh yes, and I also made a note that, as you know, if you've been watching The Masked Singer, which you most likely have, that the person that plays for Raccoon is goofy. Like, whenever they finished guessing who they thought he was and stuff, he went over and was like digging through the trash and acting like he was looking for something to eat in the trash, which we all know raccoons do. But yeah, he seemed to me to be a really witty and comical person, which several of the people that the judges guessed are, but also John Witherspoon is. For those of you who may not know, he's another one of my go-to people. You put $50 in the jar for guessing him again. But John Witherspoon is the guy who plays for Ice Cube's father on the Friday movies. So yeah, you know, his famous phrase from the Friday movies is, "Tastes so good, it makes you want to smack your mama." You know, anyway, he's that guy. And I love him as an actor. I feel like he can sing, but he's getting up there in the years, and this guy seems to me like he is definitely someone who is quite a bit older than most of the other people who are on here, probably than all of the other people who are on here, actually. Perhaps with the exception of the person that got eliminated as Phoenix. Stay tuned for that. But so, oh yes, RoboPine. Was he the last one to perform in Group A? Russian doll, snail, seashell, raccoon. I guess he was. So I may end up doing this in 2 different videos, even though I was wanting to tell you who Phoenix was, which I would do with the B one, but I'm pretty sure Izzy needs to go outside, and I don't want to make her have to wait any longer than she has to. And the more videos I post, the more videos you guys will like, right? Just kidding. Anyway, real quick thoughts on RoboPine, because I know that she's probably needing to use the bathroom. I began to wonder if RoboPine maybe is somebody who has recently become engaged to get married, because whenever it's showing all the techie stuff saying that it's loading and whatnot and the other like that, it said that it's engaged, and I went, maybe he's engaged. That's just a thought. And he said that he was forced to grow up quickly, basically, and he had a rough childhood and such as that. And they showed a can, which I thought was probably supposed to be a beer can. But yeah, he said he was forced to grow up quick. He worked hard to get on Hollywood's radar. There was a lot of tech, futuristic looking stuff. There was a lock that had a key in it. They showed DNA strands and science type stuff. And oh yes, there was a little figurine of George Washington, and the song he performed to was "Never Too Much" by Luther Vandross. Oh yes, and I wrote "Angel." Apparently there was an angel in his clues. But yeah, and I decided that he was Terry Crews when I was listening to him sing and watching him. You know, he's a bigger guy, and he had said that his kids and grandkids had been telling him he needs to stop performing for quite some time. But then I was like, I was looking into Terry Crews. He played football until 1997, but he also acted at the age of 12. He's not 60 years old. He's only 52, and he only has 1 grandchild. I think he has 2 kids. No, he has like 5 or 6 kids, I think, but he only has 1 grandchild. And I'm like, yeah, I don't really feel like that's him. So as I said, I did some research into 60-year-old singers, and I came up with Tommy Thayer of Kiss, Vince Neil of Motley Crue, who is way too short, Tom Kiefer of Cinderella, Suggs of Madness, Henry Rawlings of Black Flag, who is also too short, Vince Clark of Depeche Mode, and Erisher, who is way too short to be this guy. He's like 5'6". Um, and Wayne Coyne of the Flaming Lips. Oh yes, Tony Hedley of Spandau Ballet, who has 5 kids, and I couldn't find anything on the internet about if he had grandkids or not, which I had an issue with on several of these people. But Tony Hedley is 6'4" tall and is currently performing. As I said, he is from Spandau Ballet. A lot of these were 80s groups. I was like, oh, I know these people. And I also found Mick Hucknall, who was from Simply Red, another 80s group. He is entirely too short to be Robopine also. And then Bono, whichever one you want to call him, we all know who he is. I couldn't find anything about whether he had kids or grandkids, but he's also entirely too short. So I am going with Tony Hedley for Robopine now of Spandau Ballet because he is definitely tall enough. He has several kids. I'm assuming he probably has grandkids, but I don't know for sure that he does. And I guess I'm going to go take my doggies to go potty, and stay tuned. I will make another video later about Group B, but first let me make sure that I even have all of them written down, because that will give me the opportunity to watch about Piglet before I actually make the other video, so I can include him in there. So Group B, I have Black Swan, Grandpa Monster, Chameleon, and I didn't write anything down for Phoenix because we all know that Phoenix got eliminated. I have some clues in here that I wrote last time, and I got pretty much, I saw a lot of the clues for Phoenix whenever I watched it last time. So I will watch Piglet, write down Piglet's clues, and I'll be making another video later today. Yes, it's only 10:03 a.m. my time, so I will definitely be making another video today. Tell you guys more about Group B and who I think they are and why, and I have changed my mind on pretty much everyone, I think. And some of them I'm just not really sure who I think they might be yet. So everyone have a good whatever time of day or night it is in your part of the world. Stay positive and stay safe. I'll see you later today. Don't forget to subscribe and like my videos.